Howdy fixers, thanks for tuning in. If you like my videos, please give me a like, please give me a subscribe. And today we're going to be talking about a 2008 Chevy Impala. This vehicle was taken to multiple shops where they had a hard time figuring out what the heck was going on. So what was going on was whenever you put it in gear, the speedometer would bounce all over. I got a short little segment here. I'll show you, and you can kind of see in there that the cat gauge was going like this, but that wasn't the severity of it. So the severity of it was it would swing all the way from 0 to 80 to 90, and when you're driving down the road, the van transmission would shift all over kind of erratically, and nobody could figure it out. They were baffled because the customer had gotten quoted, you know, spark plugs, tune-up, all this stuff, transmission flush, and they even got quoted a transmission by someone, and they ended up spending like $2,000 doing a tune-up and all this other stuff, and the issue still wasn't fixed. So they brought it to us, and then I looked at it, and you could I hooked it up to the scanner, and you can look, and I'll try to shut it here, and I was just looking at the vehicle speed sensor, which is on the output of the transmission. And whenever I put it in gear, which it was stopped, you can see it hump, which shouldn't happen because I was parked. So my thought process was that the vehicle speed sensor was having some kind of induced voltage into it. So whenever, for whatever reason, something moves in there, or it's just the way it goes through there when you have it in drive or whatever, that was the issue. So I'm going to show you how I changed it, and that corrected the issue. They didn't have any more issues after that at all. But for some reason, when the sensor got older, because all it is a magnet with coiling around it, so it goes off of something that moves around inside the transmission, and it shows different speeds. So my thought process is that something could be induced. So I changed it and fixed it. No more issues. So I'm going to show you through this video here how I changed it. And if you like what I'm doing for you, please give me a like, please give me a subscribe, and here we go. Alright, so our sensor is over on the passenger side. You can see it's got some heat tape on it. So there's a 10. So it's actually, there's a thing that you push up that's on top of our 10 bolt. And it's actually a 10 stud. So we get this plastic off, and then we're going to get our 10 stud. And then we should be able to worm it out of there and get better access to our connector, because our connector is kind of recessed as far as the clip, so it's kind of a pain in the butt to get. But you can see here I'm having a hard time getting my plastic clip to push off of my stud. So this is the stud, it's out. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to wiggle this back and forth, and it pops right out. Now you can look in there, you see the tab for my connector. I'm going to go ahead and take a screwdriver, push in there, or I can't remember how I did that, and it pushed right out. So there's the old one. Doesn't look bad at all. It's got some shavings on it and stuff, which is pretty common in transmission stuff. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the new one in there, and we're going to connect it in right here. Then we're going to put the stud in, and once we get the stud in, then we'll go ahead and we'll tighten her down and put our plastic thing. It's a pretty straightforward thing. It's right here, pretty easy to get to once you get the tire off. Doesn't need a whole lot of skill. So we'll get it back into place.
Fixer good.
Be a fixer. Be your own.